So I was raised a Christian. I grew up praying to God, Jesus, and it never truly felt right. I was skeptical of religion as a whole, and that skepticism led me to actually leaving Christianity. Then I started calling myself spiritual and relying on my own understanding, while not realizing the more I was doing that, the more disconnected I was from the Most High. Then I was introduced to the name Yahweh and the teachings of Yahweh bin Yahweh, and I was immediately skeptical, but I tried to keep an open mind. And here we are now. Out of the names I've used and the names I've heard people use, I am very sure that this is the correct name. So let me show you guys why. So I would hope that we're past using Lord and God and saying that that is the name of the Most High, but in case we are not, sing unto God, in Hebrew that is Alaham, sing praises to his name, extol him that rideth upon the heavens by his name, Jah, Yah, and rejoice before him. J did not exist in ancient Hebrew. Now, if you got past that part and you looked up, what is Jah? You will see that Jah actually is supposed to be Yah, and Yah is short for Yahweh according to Google. And so a lot of people go to Google and see that it says Yah is short for Yahweh, and they run with that, not knowing the research does not stop there. Because there's also other letters that were not in ancient Hebrew. One of those is E, and another one of those is U. Therefore, both of these names are incorrect. Now, yes, these two names are incorrect, but they got some parts right. Let's highlight those parts. In the name Yahweh, the Yah is correct, the H is correct, the W and the H is correct. In Yahuah, the Yah and the H is correct, and the A and the H is correct. How could these two names be so close but so far from the truth? Let's look at the tetragrammaton, because this is going to help us out a lot. Now, they told you that this was a yod, this was a hey, this was a vav, and this was another hey. Now, if you believe this, you don't realize that this too is incorrect. There are still letters in these that did not exist in ancient Hebrew. The O, the E, the V, the other E. Now, as far as this yod goes, y'all know that that's not a yod. Y'all know that's a yad. That's why y'all have the Yah there. It wouldn't make sense for this to be a yod if y'all are using Yah. With the hey, again, E didn't exist in ancient Hebrew. At least with the Yahuah name, they got the AH down. I'll get into that in a second. This is supposed to be Ha with the A. Now with the Vav, again, no V in ancient Hebrew, we know that this is supposed to be Wow with a W. The people who use the name Yahweh have just the W down, but they didn't add the A. They put an E there. And again, ending in HE. Again, there's no E. This is the correct spelling of all of those words. Yad, Ha, Wow, Ha. Ask yourself this question. If this was really Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey, the name would read Yohevahe, Yohevahe. But no one ever reads it like that. I wonder why that is. If the tetragrammaton is the shorter form of the actual name, wouldn't it make sense if it sounds like the actual name? If we have Yad, and we have Ha, and we have Wow, and we have Ha, wouldn't it make more sense if we read the tetragrammaton Yahawah? Doesn't that make a lot more sense? Notice how y'all pick and choose which part of the tetragrammaton you want to use. Y'all chose to use the Yah from the Yad, the H from the Ha, the W from the Wow. You added an E there, and the last H. You knew to add the last H. Y'all didn't want to actually use the tetragrammaton to help you form your name. Over here, you use the Yah, you have the H, you have no A or W, you have a U that also did not exist in ancient Hebrew. You see how easy this is? Yahawah. Another thing I want to point out, I see a lot of people making videos about how the name of the Most High, when you say his name, it sounds like you're breathing. When you breathe, actually try this out. What sounds more like breath? Yahuah, Yahweh, or Yahawah?
Why don't you have the knowledge of God? Because you've had to wait on the mighty God to come. I am the mighty God of Israel, and I have the knowledge to make you God. Jesus, there's no Jehovah. And though we use the term Judah in the Bible, it's no Judah either. It's Yahudah. You study Hebrew. You go study.